All right, we're here with Ernie O'Donnell, and you did the Seventh Day. And how did you come up with this idea of a film?
uh, it's a little strange, I'd say. I mean, considering the content
Yeah.
of the short. Um, so I've been wanting to do like a short with my buddy Jason Kerner. I was like, we should do a short or something, maybe a horror movie or a comedy or something like that. And then I got the call from my buddy Kevin Smith to go down to Florida to do a movie called Kilroy Was Here, which is coming out hopefully by the end of the
Oh,
year.
yeah, I saw that promo. Looks
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Looks
The
cool.
trailer looks badass.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, he does a nice job. And I made the trailer multiple times, so I was happy about that. So when I got down there, I was playing a priest. And then he goes, well, I need you to play two roles. Can you play a regular priest and can you play a pedophile priest? And I was like, dude, I'll do whatever. I don't care, you know?
Yeah.
So I played that pedophile priest and a regular priest. I had a blast. I mean, playing the bad guy is always fun.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then I came back to Jersey and went back to work. And at that time, Jason was working for me. So we were kicking around some ideas during the day about doing some sort of short, and he came up with the idea of. He goes, "Why don't we do a short?" And this was for a comedy. He goes, "Why don't we do a short based on the joke, three guys walk into a bar?" And I was like, you know what? That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know if I've really ever seen anything done like that before.
Yeah.
So as we're talking about it, and we're at a stoplight in Red Bank heading home, I was like, you know what? I got a better idea. I said, well, your idea is good, but I want to make it even worse, I should say. And he goes, what are you talking about? I said, what would you think of the three people that walk into the bar are three pedophile priests? And he goes, really? What? I said, yeah, they own the bar. And then it goes on from there, and stuff happens in the bar. And he goes, holy shit. He's like, you're going to have to ask your mom, because my mom is a full-blown, practicing Catholic and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I went home that night and started jotting some things down. And then over the next 2 months, I really got into learning about, I mean, even though I am Catholic, I did go and learn about certain words and phrases in the Bible, what certain people meant, what names meant, things like that. A lot of the dogma that goes with not just the Catholic Church, but also, with the Islamic faith, the Jewish faith, the Protestant faith, all different ones. Because all of them, that most people just go after the Catholic Church as far as pedophiles go.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's all over. It's as the more I read about it and got into it and went online and found all these stories across the world, it's rampant throughout all these different types of religions. Wow. And it's not just boys, it's girls too. And it's always bothered the hell out of me. Not, listen, I have no personal attachment to it. Yeah. I don't know anybody that has ever been affected by it, but the fact that I grew up Catholic and learned all the ways to do things and how you were taught, it really, I don't know, it just really got under my skin about what was going on.
Yeah, it was a little crazy after, once they started coming out with the.
Oh yeah, and then, oh yeah, definitely, and then how people were, how they were all getting away with it, and then once you find out the laws and what they were doing and what they weren't doing, I just said, screw it, I'm just going to go all out. I wrote this whole thing. Like I said, it took me about 2 months, and once I got it done, the first person I took it to was my mother.
No.
Yep. I let my mom read it, and she's like, "Wow, you're really going to do this?" And then she paused for a second, and she turned to me and she goes, "Do you have something you want to tell me, son?" And I was like, "No, what are you talking about?" She goes, "Did anybody ever?" And I was like, "Ma, no.
Never. Were you an altar boy ever?
Oh yeah, me. Yeah, I was an altar boy. Me, Belly, Mike Bellicose, Kevin Smith. We're all altar boys at the same time.
Wow. Yeah, but I did it too, and not long, but I did it, and so I didn't really experience that stuff. But
our priest, Father Delzell, was old school all the way. I mean, he was tough as nails, but he was a great man as far as I'm concerned. But no, I no not none of it ever affected me at all. But it just it's just one of those things. It just you know
Yeah.
it sucks.
It's
And
like Ray Donovan. You ever see Ray Donovan? And that's kind of
awesome.
the back story.
Yes, the
Of all.
backstory on it, and that is a great show.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're bringing it back to end it properly is great.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then I did that, and I sent it to Jason after I wrote it, and he's like, "Oh, geez," he's like, "Wow," he's like, "This is not what I thought we were, you were going for." And I was like, I said, "You're part of the decision why it happened, because you stuck the seed in my head. Kevin Smith made me a pedophile priest just weeks earlier, which kind of morphed everything together." But I mean, at the end of the day, it is a serious matter. But when you watch the short, I don't tell people, if you get what I'm going for, I don't tell people how to react or how to judge.
Yeah.
You make that decision for yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I kind of leave it like that, because everybody judges things differently.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But I mean, I was very happy about it. I mean, it was the first time that I wrote, produced, directed, casted. I mean, did everything from soup to nuts.
And how did you go about with the casting? Because it's a really great ensemble.
Well, when I was writing it, I knew a few people. Like, I know Bob Sankowitz, who's a good friend of Brian O'Halloran. I've never acted with him before. I've seen Bob act in some stuff before, like some plays and things like that. And he just has a great look. And I just knew that Bob could pull it off.
Yeah.
And I called Brian, not that I was worried about him, but I just called him and said, "Hey, you think Bob would be interested in something like this?" And he goes, "Dude, Brian, he would love it." So I had him in mind. My buddy, Christian Kyber, who's a New York actor, he was friends with Jason, and they're doing a project together that I was actually going to be a part of, which is kind of on the shelf at the moment. And I seen some of his stuff, and I thought he'd be perfect for one of the roles. And then my niece's ex-boyfriend, I reached out to him, who she's still friendly with because he's an actor. And I asked if he would do it, because he's really intense. And I needed like an intense, he was playing my Protestant priest.
Okay, yeah.
And I wanted that kind of that Latino type of, person, because I wanted to represent multiple races. So I had like the Latino, the Jewish, the Catholic, the African American, and then the regular standard blue collar guy, which was me. But the bartender, most people won't know, is he's from the crew of Comic Book Man.
Oh, he's all really?
Yeah. Yes, he's Daryl Shamello Durant, played my bartender, and I wrote the role specifically for him.
Wow.
He never really acted before.
Oh.
But I don't know. I've seen him do poetry and spoken word, and I was just mesmerized by it, because I grew up with old school rap, and I love all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then when I saw him doing that at some of these casting parties we had for Comic Book Men, I was like, "Holy shit, this guy is good!"
Yeah.
So that made me think of him. And then at the end of the movie, he does his thing at the end, which he threw in there, which is awesome. But it all just came together. And when I finally showed my mother the final product, she just sat there for a few minutes, and she's like, okay. She's like, "It's good." She's like, "I don't know." She's not happy about the subject. She's still in denial.
Yeah.
But I actually think I opened her eyes a little bit, because I tried getting her to watch that movie with Michael Keaton, oh my God, Spotlight.
Spotlight, yes, Spotlight, yeah.
About all the accusations in Boston years ago. Great movie. So I said, "Ma, you got to watch this movie." And she goes, "I won't watch it." So I finally got her to watch it. She watched my film, so now she's kind of like, "Okay, I get it," But the big thing is the short originally was like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So of course I called my boy Kev and I was like, I want to show you the movie, the short. And he goes, all right. So he was actually in town like a few weeks later, and he came to town and we met up and I showed it to him. And he's like, and he grew up Catholic just like me. He knows the
Yeah.
whole deal. And he goes, I said, I want, don't bullshit me. I said, just give me the honest opinion. You're a friend of mine. Just tell me what you think. And, he liked it, thank God. But his only 2 cents was, he's like, you should cut it. He's like, it's too long. I was like, really? And he goes, yeah. He's like, you shave off a few minutes. It'll play a lot better.
Yeah.
So he gave me that advice, which I did. I shaved a few minutes off it. And that's anybody out there who makes their own film, editing can sometimes be horrible.
Yeah.
Because, you got to make that decision to cut this out and cut that out. And some people get angry. And it's like, but at the end of the day, if it makes the final result better, then, you got to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the hard choices. And ultimately, it came out really well. And then I sent it to my buddy, Michael James Romeo, who composed 100 Acres of Hell for me, that horror movie I did last year. And he composed all the music for it.
Oh, wow.
And I'm pretty proud of it. I mean, I'm looking forward to moving on to the next one. I already have a story idea for something else. For
Drama, comedy, or something different.
It's gonna be a pretty hardcore, I think, graphic horror.
Horror, yeah.
It's a
fun genre. It's
yes,
a lot of fun doing horror.
It is fun. I have a little bit of a sick mind sometimes when it comes to that stuff. So I'm thinking I'm going to go that route. I hope.
Oh, that's
we'll
great.
see. We'll see how it goes. But
have you been writing it or at all during all this time, or we've kind of
I got the outline out because I just didn't want to forget it. So I have like a little bit of an outline, but in the meantime, I've been writing. I've been about 40, 50 pages into the sequel of 100 Acres of Hell that I've been writing with Jason. So we're doing that. Yeah. And I'm going to move on to the short after that. But, you know how it goes, brother. You do film. It's a process.
It is. And I got some stuff lined up, but we couldn't do it this summer. So next summer, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the middle of trying to do a sitcom short, not a short, a sitcom pilot with my buddy Troy Burbank, and the whole COVID thing and the union, because it's a SAG piece.
So it's tough.
So we're getting slammed. It's really, really tough. So
it's not easy. And then you have to have the person on set and make sure everything's.
Well, the thing is, we have the nurse, we have everything, we did all the paperwork, all that's done. Yeah. The hard part, and it's sad. It's kind of sad they don't have for the independent filmmakers out there like myself and a bunch of people out, for this festival. Yeah. They don't have any kind of system set up for us as far as COVID testing. COVID testing is very expensive if you want to have it on a movie set or a television set, because you usually have to hire a company or a lab and they do all the stuff, and it's not cheap.
Yeah.
Us low budget people don't have that kind of luxury or that money to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're hoping that they come up with something that's faster and cheaper, because every day you go on set, you have to get tested.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah. I got tested and it took through CVS, and it took 6-7 days to get it.
It did take that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was kind of surprised. I mean, I didn't think of it. I was just like, I needed to go check it out and see. So I just went over because the CVS over here, because I knew they were doing it.
Right.
And I didn't think it was going to take, or it said up to 6 days. So I was like, I'll get it in a couple of days. And no, it was 6 or 7 days.
Wow.
Because
I had called them and they said, depending on the flow and how everything is, maybe you could probably get back in 3 days.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Was like, okay. But the union, they want it in a 24-hour turnaround.
Wow. So that isn't that like a completely different test, or like those the faster tests they have now? Like
Well,
in the
yeah,
hospital, the hospitals have that 24-hour turnaround one.
yes, but that's basically for the essential workers in the hospital. You know, the people that are in the thick of it, they get that test because they have to be in, you know,
Either,
on the ground, and they need it quick. The general public doesn't have access to that.
No.
So that's where the problem is, and hopefully it gets better. I mean, I know the union's trying, but you know, the low budget independent filmmakers are the heartbeat, you know, of the film industry. Come on now.
I know, right? And
you know,
we need it, and that's what basically all the films playing here. That's what it is. You know, there's 182 of them. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, could you imagine? I would bet next year is going to have a lot of stuff related to, you know, the pandemic on some level, maybe.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot, but I hope there's not, because I want to kind of move on from that. I don't really want to see any more of it.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm going for my graphic horror. So I'll submit that next year, and I'll be like, "What do you think it is, CJ?" Give like you sick some bitch.
Oh man! But so your film, you shot it in the bar too, right? So where did you find that place?
So my brother-in-law, or should I, you know, if I want to say it correctly, my ex-brother-in-law, who I'm extremely close with, his new wife owns a bar in Highlands that has been there forever, called Andy's Shore Bar. And when I wrote that in mind, is to have it, because I look at it as like when you go to film something, especially in low budget, everything's got to be condensed to a certain degree so you can save money. The less locations, the less special effects, you know, you kind of minimize as much as you can to save dollars.
Yeah.
And that's what I pretty much did. I'd say 85%, 90% of the film is based in the bar, which saved me a lot of time and money. There's only a couple exterior shots, which are really simple. But the bar just has a great look.
It does.
My DP, he lit it so well and just made it look spectacular. And when I showed her what it looked like on camera, she was like, "Wow, my bar doesn't look like that." In the movies, it does.
No, it did. It looks really good on a film. What kind of camera did you use for that?
Oh, he's got that. What is it? The red Sony? Is it the Sony Red or something?
Yeah, the red. Yeah. So you shot it on a red. So.
Yeah, 4K. Beautiful camera. But my guy Mark Frado is a whiz, man. He does the camera work. He does the sound. He does the lighting.
Wow.
He does it all, and he does the editing. He does me and him do the editing together, but he puts it all together. He's just a one-shop stop. But I did bring a bunch of friends in to help. Like I brought Christian Cords in, who works for the Shared Universe in Eatontown, to be my boom guy, to take a little bit of the weight off of my DP. My buddy Chris Vaughn, brought him in, who's a great talent, to be my assistant director. And I surrounded myself by friends. One of my childhood friend, Mike Bellicose, was my transport guy. He was transporting guys all over the place. My buddy Wayne Levy was the clipboard guy. Jason Kerner was my associate producer and my script supervisor. Chris Covert, who you know, he was my artist, and he did my signs and my graphics and all that kind of stuff. So I kept everything pretty much close to the vest.
Yeah.
While I was working with these people.
That's the best thing to do in these independent films. You know, work with who you know, and you know you have that strong crew.
Oh yeah. I mean, and plus, you know you know a lot of the same people that I know. So it's we all try to, you know, work with each other or you know, at least do stuff for each other if we can.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
You know, that's just the way it is. And if I can help out any filmmaker, you know, I will. I mean, I'm doing a project now that's based on some sort of Star Wars kind of thing, and this guy reached out to me and asked if I'd help. And
cool.
So yes, I'm doing a consulting kind of producing thing with them, which is fun.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, I dig the independent film kind of genre.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, we all want to get to that,
the big
that big level to, so, make our living a little bit better. But, you always got to come back down here where it's real and, how it's really done, where you can appreciate it.
Yeah. So, but to talk about big, you got your feature film behind you there, the 100 Acres of Hell,
yeah,
right there. And we also want to promote too on this. So, where can people watch that feature film?
Yeah, so 100 Acres of Hell is out now. It's on probably 30 different streaming sites. It's all over the place. So, I mean, it's on Amazon Prime, it's on DirecTV, it's on Verizon, it's on Google, it's on Apple, it's on Sony. I mean, you name it, it's there. The only place it's not on is Netflix.
Yeah.
And because, most filmmakers will know if you go to Netflix, you're only on Netflix.
That's the one deal. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're on everything. So it's easy to find. You just type it in, 100 Acres of Hell. And it's a fun slasher film. You'll enjoy it. And then I got Gone for the Weekend, a raunchy comedy I helped produce and star. No, I have a small part in. Which is good. That's on Amazon Prime.
Amazon too,
yeah. Yep. And the new stuff that's coming. Well, I got the Jay and Silent Bob reboot that's out.
Yeah, reboot's out. Yeah,
reboot's out. We have a nice piece in there, along with the Comic Book Men, my fellow Ming Chen and Mike Zapsik and Walt Flanagan.
They all said they had a lot of fun going down there for that.
Oh, New Orleans was great. We had a lot of blast down there. So that's out now. That's on Amazon Prime and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
And
were you in the? I heard that there's a behind the scenes thing now too. It's like 2 hours long.
The Magnus Opus.
Yeah.
Yes. I have a little
make an appearance in that.
Yeah, make an appearance in that. Yeah. Now that was Josh doing all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Behind the scenes. Yeah, that was cool. No, Kevin likes to document all that kind of stuff when he does it. Yeah.
But I remember a long time ago when they were doing Clerks 2 over here. And they had the behind the scene camera. I was on set that day, and that's when they pretended that he cut his finger. And were you there at all?
No, I wasn't there that day. That's the one. Jen and Malcolm, Jen, Kevin's wife, and Malcolm Ingram, Kevin's friend, did that documentary. I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. They were more around. I remember it was like, oh, let's fake him out and.
Right.
And he pretended he cut his fingers on the roof, and I was like, and everyone was in on it, and except him, and he was kind of freaking out. So it's funny going back and seeing that, and I was like, I was on set for that. I saw that.
You were there.
I was there.
Yeah. No, they're fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if things go well, I know he's working on the Clerks 3 script. I know he's doing Mall Rats 2. He's got that. He's in his second draft, I think, of that, or almost the third draft. But he's going to do that first, and then hopefully Clerks 3 is the next one. So
that'd be nice.
Yeah, you'll see the cameras back around again.
Yeah, that's always fun. And then how's the Smodcast doing?
Yeah, the Smodcastle's doing good. I was just there today, dropping off a bunch of equipment, and me and Kev, we're jonesing to get something going, but as most people know, in the state of New Jersey, we're kind of handcuffed at the moment because we are a live studio. We have an audience, so us being at 25% is just not feasible.
No,
it just doesn't work.
Well, hopefully it seems to improve quicker now.
Yeah, it does, and we're gonna work in conjunction with the Shared Universe. With Mike and Ming and anybody who's doing podcasts over there, we hope that they're going to come over and do some live broadcasting with an audience at our spot. So
we would love to do that one day once it open up. Do a little hang on to your shorts live.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do some cross promotion with a Shared Universe. So it's gonna be fun. Yeah,
especially since we can't really be live now. As soon as we're allowed to be live, that'd be kind of like a cool little party.
Oh yeah. Now, the good thing is there's always going to be a place to go now. So even if, you want to have an after party, you can go there because it's big enough for a small. It's not huge, but you could definitely have a nice little after party there, reception.
Yeah.
If you want to do a stage reading, you could do it there. If you want to do rehearsals, script readings, anything, we're going to do weddings, comedy nights, gaming nights. Kevin wants to do Saturday morning cartoons with Kevin and cereal and milk and all that kind of. He's crazy in his pajamas.
All the ideas, they just keep
they just keep coming, man. So whatever we can do to get people engaged and have a little fun it's going to be good. Awesome. So we can't wait till it all clears up.
Great.
Yeah. You'll be on the list one day. Don't worry.
Yeah. We'll get there. Maybe even you can have like student film festivals.
Well, we're definitely having a Smodcastle Film Festival.
Cool.
Yeah, me and Kev already started talking about how we're going to do that. But it's, so there will be a student section, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, you have that, and then if you have other films too, you always have the Highlands Theater too. Right?
Oh yeah.
You could do both, like 2 venues. And...
Yeah. Well, we have what do we have? We have First Avenue Playhouse. We could do something there.
Yeah.
We have the one in Atlantic Highlands, unfortunately, just closed, but they're hoping that somebody's going to reopen it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then they did you see that somebody bought the bow tie in Red Bank? The Count Basie bought it?
Yeah, Count Basie. So, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I hope they leave it alone.
Yeah.
I mean, they can upgrade it. Yes, I mean, remodel it maybe, but I hope they keep it.
It's a great theater that you could go see films that hardly play anywhere else.
Right. It's like our Angelica in New York City.
Yeah,
that's really what it is. It's our independent house.
Yeah, the Adam Sandler film, that the Gems one, it wasn't really playing around. It was like small release. It was there.
Uncut Gems. That's right.
Uncut Gems. So it was there first. Then it got bigger, but when the first release, it was playing there. So that's where you had to go see it. So
great film. Yeah. So hopefully that works out, and that's another place that we like to frequent with Kevin's stuff, like Vulgarthons we've done there, and some Q&A things we've done there. So we'll see what happens.
Absolutely.
But it's another place for the independent industry to thrive. So hopefully they don't cut our legs out locally.
No, I hope not.
Or you're going to have to open something.
I will. I'll do something. we're working on some stuff, but now I'm like addicted to the podcasting. So.
Oh, don't forget about us independent filmmakers. Come on, man.
I actually had an idea of writing a feature film about podcasters.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see. A little comedy. Comedy sort of based on true life, sort of not, but a little fun comedy, but it's like a shared universe. Like it's the actual.
Oh, that could be interesting.
Yeah, because there's a lot of interesting personalities there.
Definitely, most definitely.
You take a few of them and you mix them up and have some storylines. I think it'll be pretty funny.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, I could see that right now, no doubt. Yeah,
and it'd have random like real cameos, like Ming's just there producing stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, Ming's got to be there. He's like
But you don't even acknowledge it or anything. You're just like, hey,
You don't acknowledge him. I don't give him you give him no lines at all.
No lines. He's just there doing his job, working while all this is going on, and he's just there, like, oh, there he is.
He just makes facial expressions. That's it. Drinking his Ross beer.
Yeah. All the promotion
stuff, right? That could be fun, dude. That could be real fun.
Yeah. So I had a good, I'm thinking I had a good idea for a background story for it and everything. So I just got to sit and write it one day, but we'll see.
Yeah, you'll get there.
We'll see what happens.
You better get there before somebody else does, buddy.
I know someone's going to take the story now.
I won't tell nobody.
Well, what I'm gonna try to do now is I got tons of these. I'm gonna try to edit as much as I can and start uploading them up so that people can see this before the film. So they'll be like, oh, check out the interview, and then they'll be like, yeah, I want to see that film. So they'll make sure they'll see it.
Sweet. So thanks, man. I appreciate it. And I'll try to swing by Saturday because if I'm gonna go there to see Rob, I might as well just hang out.
Yeah, and we could. And if you want to do something, we could even record it before.
Okay.
They're
We'll
just
figure something out.
Yeah, but we're just going to be hanging out while the movies are playing, and then just go crazy at 9:00.
Nice. Should be a good time.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right, brother. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thanks. And good luck with the festival. Don't go crazy.